And that's the top lift now completed. Under there, don't know if you can see it, a little plastic strip, and the downspout is on, which is good, because that means that this top lift's now finished and I can start stripping the scaffolding down to the next level. Let's crack on with it. O'clock, dinner time, Wednesday, and look. The windowsill there, once planing off, and a little bit on the head underneath, and then I've got to finish off the stonework around the doorway. Just about there, look at that. What do you think? From something that looked like it wanted demolishing to back to how it should be. Just need next door now to get theirs done. Unfortunately it's had sand and cement pointing, but they have asked me to look at doing the stonework for them, so you never know. Right, well I'm going to have a bit of lunch now because I'm pooped. A very, very hard morning taking that scaffolding down and doing all the bits of snagging up top there and so on. So we'll catch you after lunch, where I'm going to be doing a bit of planing up of the stonework. Well, because I'm working on the street, I've got a duty of care for the public. So what I've done, I've built a little hoarding with some scaffold tubes and a bit of safety netting. Just to keep children from touching tools, etc. I've still got bits to do. I've still got stone to cut and things like that for around that door, and a bit of planing off of the sills. And the last thing I need is the problem of somebody hurting themselves on my equipment. There we go. Right, it's a hot day, a very hot day, and I'm going to have to put a mask on now and start grinding stone. Ooh. Now you see this windowsill here? At the bottom, just here, this is where somebody's repaired it with the cement mortar, which has made it worse. It's starting to erode. So I'm going to have to cut a lot off the face of this. I've gone over it with the little planer there, and taken off probably about 3mm, but it wants about another 3 off it again. So I'm going to do it with that, with the old cut disc there, until we get it back to nice, clean, perfect stone. And then I'm going to put a level on with a pencil line, and then I'm going to put a cutting blade through that, so it cuts it nice and clean and neat, rather than trying to fill it in. Because you fill it in, it's not going to last, and I'll be called back because it's all fallen out. Right, let's get some dust going.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Okay, bring you over here to have a look. As you can see now, we're back to good stone. So I'm going to give it a wash off now, and then it's the level and pencil. I might have to just put a little bit of a taper on this edge because there's quite a lot of damage to it. I'll have a think on that one, whether to leave it chipped or put a taper on it. Well, that's the dust washed off it now, so we can actually see where we're going. There's a nice bit of veining there. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. And I can now see that there's a bit there that still needs planing up. But like I said, put a saw through that edge, because it is very jagged and knackered. And on the top, in the corners, obviously the cup disc is round, so it won't go into the corners. So that's a sharp little chisel to get that, which I shall do next. Right, well, let's cut that bit. We'll have a look at this edge. Just chip the paint off and have a look. If you can see there, I've drawn a pencil line. Now initially I put the level on it and the sill itself is out by about an inch, so I've just done a straight line with a straight edge. Same on the top, and I shall taper it back just to get rid of these, because it's a mess, and this being on the ground floor on the street, it needs to be right. And then I'll do the same on the bottom, only that'll be a straight cut. Okay, here we go. Put the old mask on again. Keep that dust out of the lungs. We've learnt that one. And there we go. A little bit of a flick off at the end there, I don't know if you can see that. I mean, it's far from perfect because the stone's very eroded. So we're just trying to make it the best we can. I mean, it's still got that in there, but I think we'll get away with that. Right, next bit. Warm in that. Very warm. Right, there we go. It's a bit straighter. Got rid of the rot. What we've got to do now is give it a bit of a sand, and that's that one done. Excellent. And it's down onto there to do them. And there we have it. Saved piece of stone. Now, why would anybody want to paint that black? Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Thursday morning, and today's challenge is to clean up this little plinth at the bottom, touch up some bits of pointing around this window, maybe do that inside that lintel up there, and possibly put down some stone to do that bit up there. Right, well, this one that we did yesterday is now dry. It looks quite nice. Damn sight better than black paint. And it's looking a bit straighter. Right, let's crack on. Let's do a bit and earn some money. Of course, the majority of the stone dust that are brushed off, the majority of stone dust that are brushed off, I put into a bucket, I'll allow it to dry, and then I'll run it through a fine sieve and put it in a tub with a lid on, because the stone dust is great for using as a pollen to help cure your lime mortar. There you go. Another bit of interesting information for you. Right, well, I'm going to carry on hosing down, because trying to hose with one hand and concentrate on filming is never easy. So we shall catch you shortly. What we have here is a great big chunk out of the stone. So what I'm doing now is I'm squaring it all up with the old scotching chisel there. And then I'm going to cut a piece of stone and bed it in there, so it lasts a bit longer than just facing it up. Here we go. Well, what I've done, I've cut like a bit of a lean back on it right at the back edge there to take the mortar. So next we'll cut a piece of stone. There you go, a new piece cut in. And if you notice, I found a piece that had a bit of vein in it there to kind of like carry on what's already on the stone. You'll always know it's there, but it looks better repaired like that than shoving a load of mortar in it, and it'll obviously last a lot longer than a mortar repair. And that's what you do when you've got a big chunk missing out to your stonework. And there you go, one repair. Maybe give it a bit of a sand down tomorrow to set the scuff marks out from the cup disc. But apart from that, that is done. Repair number 2. Right, that's pretty much chopped out there now. Not bothered filming that, we've seen that on the piece there. And it gets a bit repetitive. Okay, so I'm going to trim a piece of stone up now, and then we'll do the old bedding in again. And there's the next one cut and ready to bed in. Here's a little tip for you. When your mortar's a little bit too wet for pointing and you need to dry it up, just spread some out on a plank leave it for 5 minutes or so, and the plank will suck some of the water out of the mortar. There you go, another little tip. Oh. And there's the pointing on the plinth. Not quite completed, I'm still going to do it with a churning brush. And that's not quite some time. And as you can see there, that is the repair that we did this morning. And there is the second repair that we did this morning. But they've blended in quite well. I think a blind man on a fast horse will never notice that as he's passing. And there we have it. Cherishing sheets are on, all pointed up. All we've got to do now is keep it moist for a few days. It's not too bad down here, it is actually still quite damp at the bottom. It is drying out, but it is still wet. Well, there we go. Whoa. That's another week at Brysons of Lancashire Restoration. Go. So we're going to leave you here now. I know it's only Thursday, but tomorrow I'm going to be busy cutting stone and fitting. So I'm not really going to have time to set the camera up and film, and there's going to be a lot of dust, etc. So I hope you've enjoyed this week's video, and thank you to all the new subscribers, much appreciated. If you're not subscribed yet and you're enjoying it, looking at things like that, please feel free to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Go on, hit that like button. We like the likes. It's great. So we shall see you next week in another episode of Messing About with Old Buildings.
내 인생의 포커스가 지금에 맞춰진